Hey everyone, it's Haley, and we're back with another episode of our Women's History Month interview series. And I am so excited to be joined today by Ashanti Golar, the president of Emerge. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm so excited to be with you as always. No, I absolutely adore you.
The feeling is so mutual. Can you start us off by taking a step back and just explaining to people who might not know what Emerge is, what it does?
Yes, Emerge is the nation's largest network of women elected officials and candidates. We are actually celebrating 20 years of doing this work. We have trained over 6,000 women to run for office, and we have over 1,200 serving in office, from members of Congress to governors, secretaries of state, down to state legislatures, even water boards.
That's incredible. Such important work at a time where we really need female representation. You have been leading Emerge for 5 years now. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Which means you've also led during some of the most tumultuous times in political history. What changes, if any, are you seeing about how women are approaching running for office since the new Trump administration and the 2024 election?
I first want to say women still are running for office. They are not scared to run for office. I think this narrative has erupted after the vice president's loss that, oh, it's just such a horrible year for women and women are retreating. And that's not the case. Even for us at Emerge in 2024, we elected over 400 women to office. And right now, our programs are full of women who want to run for office. And we're actually doing work to expand our training and programming offerings to meet the demands of women who want to run for office. So, no, it's not like 2017 when immediately we took to the streets because we knew women's rights were going to be under attack, especially Roe v. Wade. We have seen the fall of Roe v. Wade. And what it is this year is women are centering themselves in community. And then that community focus is leading them to run for office.
I love that. And I feel that in my personal life, really trying to center the advocacy work we're doing in community. I do want to dig a little deeper. It's interesting that you said, we're not seeing a change in the way women are thinking about running for office. They're still running for office, which is so exciting. But in this sort of digital centric campaign era where I feel like women have really seen an increase in harassment potentially when they're running for office, how do you prepare women? Are you seeing that that's something that's top of mind for them, the way that social media is sort of used to harass women candidates? And if so, how do you prepare them for that?
So first, I have to recognize the fact that it is very real. Women deal with the racism, the sexism, the misogyny, but everyone is just seeing it more now. This has always existed for women when they run for office. But the more social media expands, the more platforms we have, the more people that use it for the wrong reasons, we see that harassment. So it is something that women deal with. And we talk about it in our program. It's one of the things that makes them so special is they're doing a training program with other like-minded women who are running for office. And we talk about how you deal with it on the personal level, on the professional level, how you keep yourself safe, but also the opportunity to turn it around on people when they think that they are harassing you over a belief that they have that you don't have, and then to say, actually, I have been there. We do have more in common. But we have to remember that the attack, the harassment, it is a tool of the system to not get us run for office, to not make change. That is what they want. They want for us to be so scared that we're just, no, that's not for me. So we have to remember it is part of the political game to harass women not to want to run for office. Because when we're in there, we need to change.
Absolutely, we do. And so, on that note, I really do think when I'm seeing the fight against the Trump administration, women, young women, especially women of color, are really on the front lines of fighting against the
Yeah.
Trump administration and what the GOP party is trying to do right now. Are there some women in the Emerge network people should be following, tracking, boosting, supporting that we might not have heard of?
All of them.
I know this is a hard
I
question.
know. All of them are so great, but I do have to shout out some of our women in Congress. We have Congresswoman Melanie Stansbury from New Mexico, Congresswoman Latifah Simon, who delivered the rebuttal for the Working Families Party. She's amazing. Our governor, Katie Hobbs in Arizona, she is holding it down, but particularly our women in the state houses. It's extremely important because when we look at the full political ecosystem of elected offices, there's 520,000 elected offices in this country. And I always do a pause because people are like, I didn't know there were so many. And the majority of them are at the state and local level. So those are the people who have the biggest impact on their daily lives. They're frankly shaping it with the stroke of a pen. So Emerge, we are still one of the national organizations that really has that deep focus on state and local offices because we need to make sure that we have good people in those seats. And so many of them just go unopposed. They've been unopposed for decades, and we're filling that pipeline.
That's incredible. Also, that number is staggering, 520,000. That's so many. And kind of leads us to our last and final question is I always say there's no such thing as an off year when it comes to election cycles, right? And so how can people stay involved, engaged, and support Emerge right now?
Yes, every year is an election year at Emerge. We do not get any breaks. So we're really excited about the Virginia races that are happening. Former Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger is one of our alums, and she's running for governor of Virginia. We're really excited about that. In addition to our alum Shannon Taylor, who is running for Attorney General. I love attorneys general. They are absolute best. They're at the front line. And then, of course, all the women that we will have down the ballot, and those races are also happening in New Jersey. But right now, we're focused on the Florida congressional special election because Gal Bellamont, who is running, is an Emerge alum. She's currently in our National Signature Training Program. So there are tons of races you can focus on this year, but women who are going to be on the ballot next year, they are already gearing up. So it's a great opportunity to just look at who your elected officials are, find out if they're going to run again, how you can support them, or if they're not running again and there's been new candidates stepping up, how you get to know them. But there's always opportunity every year to support great Emerge candidates.
Thank you so much for all that you do and for taking the time to chat with us.
Oh, thank you.